Do you feel like self-doubt is holding you back from your dreams? Stop right now and listen, because everything you've been told about confidence is wrong. You don't need to be perfect, you don't need approval, and you don't need permission. Confidence is not something you're born with, it's something you build, step by step, starting today. In this audiobook, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint to build unshakable self-confidence from scratch, even if you're starting from zero. No excuses, no waiting. Your new life starts now. Chapter 1. Stop waiting, start acting. Listen to me carefully. Confidence does not arrive on a silver platter. It doesn't knock on your door when the timing is right. Waiting is a trap. Waiting is the silent killer of dreams. You are not going to feel ready. You are not going to wake up one morning with confidence already installed in your brain like an app. That's a lie society tells you to keep you comfortable. The truth is simple. Confidence is built through action, not motivation. You have a choice. You can wait or you can act. That's the key. Waiting feels safe. Waiting feels controlled. Waiting is cowardice dressed in patience. And here's the hard truth. Every second you wait, you shrink. Every moment you postpone, you erode your belief in yourself. The only way to grow confidence is to move, step, and act, even when it scares you, even when you feel unprepared. Let's get practical. Real-world example. Take Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time. Do you think he was confident from the start? No, he was cut from his high school team. He missed shots. He lost games. But what he did every day was act. He practiced relentlessly. He played imperfectly. He failed forward. And over time, that action built unshakable confidence. Confidence grows in motion, not in thought, not in daydreams, not in excuses. Action, motion, movement. Here's the key principle. Stop waiting. Start doing. Repeat it in your mind. Stop waiting. Start doing. Confidence grows in motion. Say it out loud. Say it to yourself every time you hesitate, every time you stall, every time self-doubt whispers, "Not now, wait." You have a choice, and every choice is an opportunity to grow or to shrink. Let's break this down into actionable steps. Step 1. Identify one thing you've been putting off because you don't feel ready. It could be anything. Sending that email, making that call, speaking up in a meeting, posting that video. Whatever it is, do it today. Not tomorrow, today. You don't need their permission. You don't need approval. You don't need the stars to align. You have everything you need inside you already. That's the key. You have a choice. Use it. Act. Move. Grow. Step 2. Accept imperfection. Confidence does not come from perfection. It comes from practice. It comes from trial and error. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb on his first try. He failed thousands of times, and yet he acted. He experimented. He improved. That's the pattern. You act imperfectly, repeatedly, and consistently. Over time, action becomes skill. Skill becomes belief. Belief becomes confidence. It's a chain reaction, and it all starts with one action, one step, one move. That's how confidence is built. Step 3. Anchor yourself in accountability. Tell someone you respect what you're going to do. Make a promise to yourself and declare it to the world. Momentum loves accountability. When others know you are taking action, your hesitation shrinks. You have a choice. You can choose to hide or you can choose to declare, to act, to move. That's the key. Declare it. Do it. Feel the confidence rise as you prove to yourself that you are capable every single time. Now, let's address fear. Fear is normal. Fear is not a reason to wait. Fear is your compass pointing you toward growth. Every time you feel hesitation, that's your cue to move. Do it scared. Do it nervous. Do it uncertain. Do it anyway. Action beats fear every single time. Confidence is forged in the fire of discomfort. Waiting is comfort. Comfort erodes confidence. Action builds it. You have a choice. Choose growth. Choose action. Choose movement. That's the key. Here's a simple ritual to anchor this chapter in your daily life. Each morning, ask yourself one question. What is one action I can take today that will scare me just a little? That's your task. That's your mission. And you will act. Not later, not tomorrow, today. Stop waiting. Start doing. Confidence grows in motion. Repeat it. Own it. Live it. Let me leave you with one final truth. Your life is not going to wait for you. The world moves, time passes, opportunities arise and vanish. Waiting is the enemy of success. Waiting is the enemy of confidence. Waiting is the enemy of who you are meant to become. You have a choice. You always have a choice. Act now. Move now. Step now. That's the key. You mastered your hesitation. You began your movement. You built the first brick of your confidence foundation. Now we move to the next truth. It's not just action that defines your life. It's how you handle what others think.
Chapter 2. The Silent Cost of Seeking Validation. Listen closely. Seeking validation is a trap. It's quiet, it's subtle, and it's deadly. Most people are enslaved to approval without even realizing it. You post, you speak, you perform, and every single action is filtered through the lens of, will they like me? Will they approve? Stop. Stop right now. Seeking validation steals your power. It destroys confidence. It kills action. You have a choice. You can keep chasing approval, or you can start building belief from within. That's the key. Confidence does not come from likes, followers, applause, or recognition. Confidence comes from ownership, consistency, and self-trust. You don't need their permission. You don't need their applause. You have everything you need inside. It's all already there. The only thing stopping you is your habit of waiting for someone else to approve your life. Let's break this down. First, the mechanics. Every time you seek validation, you hand over your energy. You trade your self-respect for someone else's opinion. And opinions change. Approval is fleeting. It's unstable. It's external. When you base your confidence on something outside of you, it is fragile, temporary, and dependent. That's not confidence. That's anxiety masquerading as self-worth. You have a choice. Stop trading your power for their approval. That's the key. Here's a real-world example. Think of an employee constantly asking for praise from their manager before taking initiative. They wait for recognition before acting. Guess what happens? They stagnate. Opportunities pass by. Meanwhile, their peers who act without permission, who trust their instincts, and who build results independently, those are the people who rise. Action breeds confidence. Approval does not. You have a choice. Act independently. That's the key. Step 1. Audit your actions. Identify one area of your life where you constantly seek approval. Is it social media, family, friends, colleagues? Ask yourself, am I doing this because it's right for me or because I want them to like me? That's your mirror. That's your truth. You have a choice. Own it. Decide. Act. That's the key. Step 2. Practice self-approval. Every morning, affirm yourself. Speak aloud. I am enough. I am capable. I don't need their permission to succeed. Repeat it over and over. Write it down. Reinforce it. Your brain believes what you tell it repeatedly. That's how confidence is internalized. You don't need validation. You have everything inside. That's the key. Internal approval beats external approval every single time. Step 3. Act without applause. Do one thing today that matters to you, but that no one will notice. Finish that project. Speak your truth. Take that risk. Do it for yourself. Let it build your belief in your own competence. Stop seeking approval. You have a choice. That's the key. Confidence grows when your actions are owned, repeated, and independent. Let's talk about social media. Every notification, every like, every comment, your brain interprets as a measure of worth. It's poison. Your confidence should not hinge on digits on a screen. That's external. That's fragile. That's temporary. You have a choice. Log off. Reduce the noise. Focus on your actions. That's the key. Build belief in yourself and watch external validation become irrelevant. It becomes optional. You don't need it. You never did. You only need you. Repetition is your weapon here. Say it with me. I don't need their approval. I choose my own belief. I trust myself. I act for myself. I am enough. That repetition rewires the mind. That repetition builds confidence. You have a choice. Every time you seek approval, repeat this mantra and replace the habit. That's the key. Here's another real-world illustration. Elon Musk. When he launched SpaceX, everyone doubted him. Media mocked him. Investors hesitated. But he acted anyway. He didn't wait for permission. He didn't seek approval. He focused on the work, the process, and the results. That's the blueprint for anyone building confidence. Action first. Approval irrelevant. You have a choice. That's the key. Now, some practical exercises. First, remove one source of external validation for a full day. No likes, no comments, no feedback. Observe your thoughts. Notice the discomfort. That discomfort is your growth. That discomfort is your internal power waking up. You have a choice. Lean into it. That's the key. Second, make one decision today solely for yourself. It could be as simple as choosing what to eat, what to wear, or what task to complete. The goal is to feel your own authority, feel your own power. That is confidence. You don't need their permission. You have everything inside. That's the key. Third, track your victories privately. Write down 3 things you accomplished today without seeking anyone's validation. Review them at night. Celebrate internally. That is how confidence is cemented. Approval is optional. Action is essential. You have a choice. That's the key. Let's end with a truth you cannot ignore. The cost of seeking validation is silent but catastrophic. It drains energy. It undermines belief. It erodes action. You must break the habit. You must reclaim your power. You must act independently. Every time you act without approval, confidence grows. Every time you seek it, it shrinks. You have a choice. You always have a choice. That's the key.
Chapter 3. Own your fear. Don't hide from it. Listen carefully. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your signal. Fear is your compass, pointing directly to growth. And yet, most people hide from it. They avoid it. They rationalize it. They pretend it doesn't exist. Stop. Stop lying to yourself. Fear is proof you are about to expand. Fear is proof you are stepping outside the comfort zone. You have a choice. You can run from fear or you can move through it. That's the key. Let's get straight to the truth. Confidence is forged in fear, not comfort. You will never be confident by staying safe. You will never grow by playing small. You will never discover what you are capable of if you keep hiding. Every great person, every entrepreneur, every athlete, every leader has stared fear in the face and acted anyway. That's the blueprint. That's the key. You have a choice. Face it or shrink. The choice is yours. Step 1. Identify your fear. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't rationalize it. Name it. Is it fear of failure? Fear of judgment? Fear of rejection? Fear of looking foolish? Write it down. Say it aloud. Own it. You have a choice. That's the key. Naming the fear reduces its power. It makes it actionable. It puts you in control. Step 2. Expose yourself deliberately. This is where transformation happens. Start small. Take a tiny action in the direction of your fear. If you fear public speaking, speak up in a meeting. If you fear rejection, ask for something you want. If you fear failure, try, fail, repeat. Action in the presence of fear builds courage. Repeated action builds unshakable confidence. Stop waiting for fear to vanish. It won't. You have a choice. Act anyway. That's the key. Let me give you a real-world example. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She had zero experience in business, zero confidence in the traditional sense. Fear was constant. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of investors saying no. But she acted anyway. She cold-called manufacturers, pitched stores, knocked on doors. She owned her fear. Every no became fuel. Every discomfort became growth. Fear was her ally, not her enemy. You have a choice. Own it. That's the key. Step 3. Reframe fear as feedback. Fear is information. It tells you where to grow. It tells you what matters. It tells you what you are resisting. Stop interpreting fear as a stop sign. Start interpreting it as a green light. Fear is your fuel. Fear is your guide. Fear is your opportunity. Repetition here is critical. I feel fear. I act anyway. I grow. Fear is my fuel. Say it. Internalize it. Own it. That's how confidence is built. Step 4. Practice daily discomfort. Make fear a routine. Small steps every day. Speak up in a group. Try a new skill. Ask a question you've been avoiding. Challenge your comfort zone. Every action through fear compounds over time. This is not theoretical. This is practical. This is actionable. You have a choice. You can stay comfortable or you can grow. That's the key. Now, let's tackle the internal dialogue. Your mind will lie. You're not ready. You're not good enough. You might fail. That voice is normal. That voice is human, but you don't need to obey it. Repeat this. I feel fear. I act anyway. I grow stronger. I trust myself. That repetition rewires your brain. That repetition builds courage. You have a choice. You can listen to fear or use fear. That's the key. Fear is amplified by overthinking. Stop thinking so much. Stop analyzing every what if. Overthinking creates paralysis. Action cuts fear in half. Movement dissolves anxiety. Take one step, even if it's small, then another, then another. Confidence is cumulative. Fear is temporary. You have a choice. Step forward. That's the key. Here's another real-world example. J.K. Rowling, rejected by dozens of publishers, faced criticism and doubt, financial stress and personal struggle. Fear could have stopped her. Most people would have quit, but she acted anyway. She submitted her manuscript again and again. She owned her fear. And the result? She built a legacy, a career, and unshakable belief in her craft. That's the blueprint. That's the key. You have a choice. Act through fear. Now, let's talk about preparation versus action. Many people hide behind, I'm not ready. They wait for certainty. Stop. Stop now. You are never fully ready.
Confidence is not waiting for perfect conditions. Confidence is acting in spite of uncertainty. It's not about being fearless, it's about disciplined action in the presence of fear. You have a choice. Act now. That's the key. Practical exercise. For the next 7 days, choose one thing that scares you and do it. One thing each day. Write down your fear before you act. Take the action anyway. Write down how it felt afterwards. Track your growth. That's how confidence is built. That's how fear is conquered. You have a choice. Use it. That's the key. Finally, remember this. Avoidance is addiction. Comfort is temporary. Fear is permanent until faced. Every time you act through fear, you reclaim power. Every time you hide, you lose it. You have a choice. Face it, own it, move through it. That's the key. Confidence is forged by action, courage, and repetition. Fear is inevitable. Hiding is optional. You have a choice. Act. That's the key. You have taken your first steps through fear. You have named it. You have acted through it. You have learned to use it as fuel. That is progress. That is transformation. And now, as you begin to master fear, the next challenge becomes about structure, routine, and daily practices that anchor confidence permanently.
Chapter 4. Small Wins, Big Confidence. Listen up. Confidence is not born overnight. It doesn't come from motivation. It doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment. Confidence is built, brick by brick, through small wins repeated consistently. This is the truth few people understand. Most people wait for a big breakthrough to feel confident. They wait for a promotion, a massive achievement, a perfect moment. Stop. That's a trap. The real power comes from tiny, consistent victories stacked over time. You have a choice. You can wait for a miracle or you can start winning today. That's the key. Small actions, repeated daily, compound into unstoppable self-belief. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need perfection. What you need is discipline, action, and commitment to small wins. Step 1. Identify one small action that moves you forward. This could be as simple as completing a task you've been avoiding, making a difficult phone call, or setting a daily routine. Small wins are deceptively powerful. They trigger a feedback loop in your brain. Action produces results. Results produce belief. Belief produces confidence. You have a choice. Start small. That's the key. Step 2. Track your wins. Write them down. Celebrate them internally. Even tiny victories count. Did you wake up early? Did you finish your report? Did you speak up in a meeting? These are your wins. Each one is a building block. Each one compounds. Stop waiting for someone to notice. You don't need their permission. Recognition is optional. Confidence comes from action, not applause. You have a choice. Own it. That's the key. Let me give you a real-world example. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits. He didn't start with huge transformations. He started with 1% improvements every day. Small habits, small wins, repeated consistently. Over time, the results exploded. Confidence built. Skills expanded. Momentum grew. That's the blueprint. Small wins are the secret weapon of self-confidence. You have a choice. Start today. That's the key. Step 3. Stack your wins deliberately. One small action leads to another. One small success fuels the next. This is momentum. Confidence is momentum. You wake up one day and realize you are no longer doubting yourself. You are no longer waiting for approval. You are no longer paralyzed by fear. You have a chain of small victories reinforcing your belief. You have a choice. Build it. That's the key. Now, repetition is essential here. Say it aloud. Small wins, big confidence. Small wins, big confidence. Small wins, big confidence. Let it sink in. Internalize it. Every time you act, you reinforce belief. Every time you hesitate, remind yourself. Stop waiting, start winning. Confidence grows in motion. That's how transformation happens. That's how the impossible becomes possible. Step 4, use failure as a small win. Every failure teaches something. Every mistake is feedback. Every setback is data. Reframe it. You acted, that's a win. You learned, that's a win. You grew, that's a win. Stop labeling failures as defeats. They are your training ground. You have a choice. Learn and move forward. That's the key. Step 5, set daily challenges. Make a list of small actions you will take each day. Speak up once more than yesterday. Take one risk you've avoided. Complete one task you've postponed. Each action, no matter how small, strengthens belief. Consistency beats intensity. Repetition beats perfection. You have a choice. Act today. That's the key. Real-world example, Serena Williams. She didn't become the greatest overnight. Every practice, every drill, every repetition, small wins built her confidence. Each swing of the racket, each footwork exercise, each match played imperfectly strengthened her belief. By the time she stepped on the court, fear had no power. That's the power of small wins. That's the key. You have a choice. Build it step by step. Now, let's tackle mindset. Most people underestimate small wins. They wait for something big to prove their worth. Stop. That mindset is killing your confidence. Confidence is cumulative. It's not about grand gestures. It's about disciplined repetition of small victories. You don't need perfection. You don't need permission. You have everything inside you already. You have a choice. Focus on the next small win. That's the key. Practical exercise. Start a small win journal today. Every day, write down 3 things you did that moved you forward, no matter how minor. Review it at night. Internalize it. Reflect on how small wins add up. That's how confidence compounds. That's how transformation happens. You have a choice. Use it. That's the key. Step 6. Celebrate progress privately. Don't wait for others to notice. Don't rely on external approval. Feel the pride internally. That internal recognition is far stronger than applause. It cements belief. It reinforces your identity. Confidence grows in private, repeated victories. You have a choice. Own your wins. That's the key. Finally, remember this. Small wins are deceptively powerful. They are the foundation of unshakable self-confidence. Each action you take, no matter how small, compounds into momentum, belief, and courage. You will look back and realize you've transformed. It's not magic, it's method, discipline, repetition, action. You have a choice. Start today. That's the key. You've learned the power of small wins. You've discovered how consistent action creates momentum. You've seen how repetition reinforces belief. That momentum will carry you forward into the next crucial lesson, self-talk. What you say to yourself shapes your reality.
Chapter 5. The Truth About Self-Talk. Listen closely. What you say to yourself is far more powerful than what anyone else says about you. Your mind is your battlefield, and self-talk is your weapon. Most people sabotage themselves daily without even realizing it. They think, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough, I can't do this. Stop. Stop talking yourself out of greatness. That's poison. Confidence is built not just through action, but through mastering your inner voice. You have a choice. You can let your thoughts control you, or you can control your thoughts. That's the key. You don't need anyone else's approval. You don't need permission. Every time you doubt yourself, every time you whisper, I can't, you reinforce weakness. Every time you say, I can, every time you affirm your ability, you strengthen your confidence. That's the power of self-talk.
Step 1. Recognize your negative dialogue. For the next 24 hours, pay attention to every thought you have about yourself. I'm not ready, I'm not smart enough, I'm going to fail. Write them down, name them, confront them. That's the first step. Awareness is power. You have a choice. Recognize it. That's the key. Step 2. Reframe the narrative. Replace every negative thought with a disciplined, positive alternative. I'm not ready becomes I'm learning as I go. I might fail becomes failure teaches me. Repetition is crucial here. Your brain believes what you tell it repeatedly. Say it aloud. Internalize it. Write it down. Speak like a champion. Think like a champion. Become a champion. You have a choice. That's the key. Step 3. Practice daily affirmations. This isn't fluff. This is practical. Every morning, speak 3 truths to yourself. I am capable. I am confident. I act with courage. Repetition builds neural pathways. It rewires your brain to expect success. It reinforces the identity of someone who takes action, someone who trusts themselves. You have a choice. Speak, repeat, believe. That's the key. Let me give you a real-world example. Oprah Winfrey. Early in her career, she faced rejection, criticism, and failure. But every day, she consciously told herself, I am worthy, I am capable, I can achieve this. She reinforced belief internally when the world offered doubt. That's how she built unstoppable confidence. That's how self-talk transforms action into identity. You have a choice. That's the key. Step 4. Catch your limiting language. Every time you hear yourself say, I can't, I'm not good enough, it's too hard, stop immediately. Replace it with, I choose to act. I am learning. I can do this. Your words create your reality. Stop giving power to doubt. Start giving power to belief. It's not about being fearless. It's about disciplined control over your mind. You have a choice. That's the key. Step 5. Visualize and speak simultaneously. See yourself succeeding. Hear yourself speaking with confidence. Feel the emotions of achievement. Your self-talk reinforces this mental rehearsal. Action follows belief. Confidence follows repetition. The more you practice this internal dialogue, the stronger your self-belief becomes. You have a choice. Visualize, speak, act. That's the key. Step 6. Use self-talk under pressure. When fear hits, doubt rises, or failure looms, your words matter most. Say, I feel fear, I act anyway, I grow stronger, I trust myself. Repeat it constantly. Say it on repeat in your mind until it drowns out the doubt. That is discipline. That is power. That is confidence. You have a choice. That's the key. Step 7. Record and review your progress. At the end of each day, note every moment where positive self-talk helped you act, where reframing a doubt led to action, where affirmations changed your mindset. Track it, review it, internalize it. Confidence compounds when repeated and reinforced. You have a choice. Track it. That's the key. Real-world example. Elon Musk, again, used internal dialogue to overcome fear and uncertainty. When facing impossible deadlines and criticism, he relied on disciplined self-talk. I can solve this. I will learn. I will act. Every time doubt rose, he replaced it with action-oriented belief. Every time fear whispered, he responded with internal affirmations. That's how he achieved the impossible. That's the power of self-talk. You have a choice. That's the key. Now let's address a common objection. Positive self-talk feels fake. I don't believe it. That's normal. That's okay. Confidence isn't built on belief at the start. Confidence is built on repetition and discipline. Speak the words consistently. Act as if. Perform the behaviors. Over time, the brain rewires. You start to believe it because your actions prove it. You have a choice. Speak anyway. Act anyway. That's the key. Step 8. Anchor self-talk to action. Words without action are empty. Action without internal belief is shaky. Combine the two. Speak confidently. Act deliberately. Build momentum. Reinforce identity. Repeat, repeat, repeat. That's how confidence becomes unshakable. You have a choice. Anchor it. That's the key. Finally, remember this. Your internal dialogue is the engine of your confidence. If you feed it doubt, it will paralyze you. If you feed it belief, it will propel you forward. You have a choice. You have the power. You have the responsibility. Master your self-talk, and you master your confidence. Every thought, every word, every phrase matters. That's the key. You've learned to recognize your negative dialogue. You've learned to reframe, affirm, and reinforce belief. You've seen the real power of disciplined self-talk in action. That skill compounds your small wins and fuels your courage through fear. Now the next step in building unshakable confidence is moving beyond seeking approval entirely.
Chapter 6. Stop proving and start doing. Listen carefully. Trying to prove yourself to others is a trap. It's exhausting. It's endless. Most people spend their lives performing for validation, seeking approval, chasing recognition, and trying to look competent instead of actually being competent. Stop. Stop proving. Start doing. That's the key. Confidence is built in action, not applause. You have a choice. You can spend your energy on proving your worth, or you can invest it in doing meaningful work. That's the key. The applause, likes, recognition, they are optional. They're temporary. They are external. They don't build confidence. Action does. Discipline does. Results do. You don't need their permission. You don't need anyone's approval. You only need yourself. Step 1. Identify where you are performing instead of acting. Look at your daily life. Where are you doing things to impress others instead of to achieve results? Is it at work? Is it on social media? Is it in your relationships? Name it. Awareness is the first step. You have a choice. Stop performing. Start doing. That's the key. Step 2. Commit to action over recognition. Take one task today and do it solely for results, not for applause. Write that report, complete that project, take that risk. Ignore who notices, ignore who approves. Focus on the work, focus on progress, focus on mastery. Every time you act without performing, you strengthen internal confidence. You have a choice. That's the key. Let me give you a real-world example. Elon Musk again. He didn't build Tesla or SpaceX to prove himself to the world. He acted because he had a mission. He focused on results, progress, and impact. The recognition followed later. The awards followed later. Confidence came from competence, action, and discipline, not from applause. You have a choice. Focus on doing. That's the key. Step 3. Stop seeking approval before action. Most people wait until they are ready or approved before acting. Stop waiting. You will never get perfect approval. You will never feel 100% ready. Confidence doesn't come from permission. It comes from movement. It comes from action. Do it now. You have a choice. Stop waiting. Start doing. That's the key. Step 4. Embrace imperfect action. Action doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to act. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb perfectly the first time. He experimented, failed, learned, and tried again. Every attempt, no matter how flawed, built skill. Every action, no matter how small, built confidence. You have a choice. Act imperfectly. That's the key. Step 5. Measure progress internally, not externally.
Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop looking for approval. Focus on your results. Focus on your growth. Track your wins. Track your effort. Track your discipline. That is how confidence is reinforced. Every action counts. Every small win compounds. You have a choice. Measure what matters. That's the key. Step 6. Prioritize mastery over recognition. Perform work that matters. Build skill. Build competence. Build results. Forget the applause. Forget the praise. Forget the external validation. Confidence comes from knowing you can deliver. It comes from doing the work consistently. It comes from proving to yourself what you are capable of. You have a choice. Mastery first. Recognition second. That's the key. Real-world example. Serena Williams. Every training session, every repetition, every match. Not for recognition, not for trophies, not for applause. She trained to be great. She acted to improve. Recognition was a byproduct, not the goal. That's how confidence is built. That's how mastery translates to unshakable self-belief. You have a choice. Focus on action. That's the key. Step 7. Eliminate performance-based thinking. Stop asking, will they like this? Will they approve? Will they notice? Ask instead, does this move me forward? Does this build my skill? Does this create results? Shift your mindset. Shift your focus. Stop performing. Start doing. You have a choice. That's the key. Step 8. Practice daily acts of doing without proving. Take small risks every day where the result matters more than recognition. Speak up in a meeting. Finish a task early. Solve a problem creatively. Do it without expecting praise. Do it without seeking approval. That is how internal confidence is built. That is how you stop relying on external validation. You have a choice. Act daily. That's the key. Step 9. Use repetition to internalize this principle. Every time you act without performing for others, repeat to yourself, I act for myself. I act for results. I act for growth. I don't need approval. I don't need permission. I am enough. That repetition rewires your mind. That repetition reinforces your confidence. That repetition turns action into identity. You have a choice. Repeat it. That's the key. Step 10. Take immediate action. Right now, choose one task you've been postponing to impress someone or seek approval. Stop thinking about what others will think. Do it now. Feel the power. Feel the internal validation. Every time you act without proving, confidence grows. Every time you wait for approval, it shrinks. You have a choice. Act. That's the key. Finally, remember this. Your life is too short to prove yourself to everyone else. Confidence is not earned through applause. Confidence is earned through consistent, disciplined, independent action. Stop proving. Start doing. Focus on mastery. Focus on results. Focus on yourself. You have a choice. Every action matters. Every moment counts. That's the key. You've learned the danger of performing for others. You've discovered the power of action over approval. You've seen how mastery and small wins build internal belief.
Chapter 7. Build a confidence routine. Listen closely. Confidence is not spontaneous. Confidence is not a switch you flip once in a lifetime. Confidence is a habit. It is a routine. It is repeated actions performed consistently over time. That's the key. You don't stumble into confidence. You build it deliberately. You anchor it with structure. You reinforce it daily. You have a choice. You can drift, or you can create routines that make confidence inevitable. Step 1. Start with a morning ritual. How you begin your day sets the tone for everything else. Wake up intentionally. Move your body. Stretch. Exercise. Hydrate. Speak affirmations. Remind yourself, I am capable. I am confident. I act with courage. I don't need permission.
These daily rituals are not optional, they are essential. The small, repeated actions compound, momentum builds, confidence grows. You have a choice. Build your routine. That's the key. Step 2. Schedule micro-challenges daily. Each day, do something that stretches you slightly beyond comfort. Speak up in a meeting. Make that phone call. Share your ideas. Take a risk. Each small challenge is a brick in your confidence foundation. Repetition is everything. Daily discomfort creates long-term courage. You have a choice. Challenge yourself. That's the key. Step 3. Track your wins. Every evening, review what you accomplished. Celebrate your progress, even if no one else notices. Write down 3 victories from the day. Did you act despite fear? Did you complete a difficult task? Did you push yourself out of comfort? These are wins. They are proof. They are momentum. You don't need their applause. You have a choice. Record it. That's the key. Step 4. Anchor confidence in action, not mood. Most people wait to feel motivated. Stop. Confidence is independent of mood. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Your routine must create action regardless of how you feel. Wake up, move, act, repeat. Over time, action becomes identity. Identity becomes belief. Belief becomes unshakable confidence. You have a choice. Discipline over emotion. That's the key. Step 5. Combine routines with self-talk. As you act, reinforce belief internally. Speak to yourself. I am capable. I can handle this. I grow stronger every day. Repetition cements habits. Repetition rewires the brain. Confidence becomes automatic. You have a choice. Speak, act, repeat. That's the key. Step 6. Create anchors throughout the day. Small rituals don't need to be long. Pause in the afternoon. Breathe. Affirm yourself. Reflect on your progress. Each anchor reminds your mind, I am capable. I am acting. I am disciplined. Confidence is built in micro moments repeated daily. You have a choice. Anchor it. That's the key. Step 7. Plan weekly reflection. Each week, review your actions. Identify what worked. Identify what was skipped. Adjust. Commit to improvement. Confidence is a compound effect. It grows when you measure, review, and refine. Small steps repeated consistently lead to monumental results. You have a choice. Review, refine, act. That's the key. Real-world example. Tim Ferriss, author and entrepreneur, uses morning and evening routines to anchor performance and confidence. Meditation, journaling, exercise, reflection. These aren't luxuries. They are deliberate confidence-building rituals. Over years, small, consistent habits compound into extraordinary capability. You have a choice. Build your routine. That's the key. Step 8. Use repetition to reinforce identity. Confidence is not a single action. It is the sum of repeated behaviors. Every time you follow your routine, you reinforce who you are. A person who acts, a person who grows, a person who is capable. Identity becomes internalized. Belief becomes automatic. You have a choice. Repeat it. Anchor it. That's the key. Step 9. Make your routine non-negotiable. Stop rationalizing. Stop delaying. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Discipline is the bridge between intention and action. A non-negotiable routine builds confidence even when fear is present. Momentum becomes unstoppable. You have a choice. Commit fully. That's the key. Step 10. Link routines to long-term goals. Your daily actions must serve your ultimate vision. If your routine isn't moving you forward, adjust it.
Action without direction is wasted. Focused, repeated, disciplined routines transform potential into results. You have a choice. Act with intention. That's the key. Practical exercise. For the next 30 days, build a confidence routine. Morning ritual, daily micro-challenges, evening reflection, self-talk reinforcement. Track your wins. Repeat without exception. At the end of 30 days, notice the shift. Fear is diminished. Hesitation is reduced. Belief in yourself grows. Confidence becomes automatic. You have a choice. Start now. That's the key. Finally, remember this. Routines are your armor against doubt. They are the structure that transforms action into habit and habit into identity. They turn small wins into unstoppable momentum. Confidence is not a one-time event. It is daily discipline repeated faithfully, anchored in action. You have a choice. Build it, repeat it, live it. That's the key. You've learned to create daily rituals, track wins, challenge yourself, and anchor confidence in disciplined action. You've seen how repetition and reflection compound belief. Next, it's time to strengthen your boundaries and protect your energy.
Chapter 8. The Power of Saying No. Listen carefully. Every yes you give to someone else is a no to yourself. Every time you overcommit, overpromise, or overextend, you sacrifice your energy, your focus, and your confidence. Most people are exhausted because they can't say no. Stop. Stop pleasing everyone. Stop trying to be everything for everyone. Saying no is not selfish. Saying no is your power. That's the key. You have a choice. You can give your energy away or you can protect it. Step 1. Recognize your default yes. Notice how often you say yes automatically, without thinking, because you want to be liked or avoid conflict. Awareness is the first step. You don't need their approval. You don't need their happiness at your expense. You have a choice. Say no. That's the key. Step 2. Shift your mindset. Saying no is not rejection. Saying no is protection. Saying no is self-respect. Every time you set a boundary, you reinforce your value. You reinforce your priorities. You reinforce your confidence. Stop apologizing for taking care of yourself. You have a choice. Protect your energy. That's the key. Step 3. Practice small no's daily. Start with low-stakes situations. Decline a social invitation you don't want. Say no to a minor request at work. Refuse an unnecessary task. Each small no strengthens your ability to protect your time and energy. Momentum builds. Confidence grows. You have a choice. Practice saying no. That's the key. Real-world example. Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful investors, credits much of his success to saying no. He declines 90% of opportunities. He focuses relentlessly on what matters most. His confidence, decision-making, and results are amplified because he protects his focus and energy. That's the power of no. You have a choice. Protect your priorities. That's the key. Step 4. Frame your no with clarity. Don't over-explain. Don't justify excessively. A simple, firm, and polite no is enough. No, I can't commit to that right now. No, that doesn't align with my priorities. Short, direct, and confident. Every time you do this, you reinforce self-trust. You have a choice. Speak clearly. That's the key. Step 5. Use no to reinforce yes to yourself. Every no is a yes to your goals, yes to your focus, yes to your growth. Energy is finite. Time is limited. Every yes to someone else is a no to your vision. Protect it, guard it, respect it. Confidence grows when you prioritize yourself. You have a choice. Say no to protect yes. That's the key. Step 6. Embrace discomfort. Saying no feels uncomfortable at first. People may be surprised. Some may resist. That's normal. Every time you withstand discomfort to protect your boundaries, your confidence grows. You are training your mind to value yourself. You have a choice. Feel the discomfort and act anyway. That's the key. Step 7. Set non-negotiable boundaries. Decide in advance what you will and won't tolerate. Family obligations, work tasks, social interactions. Set your limits. Communicate them confidently. Non-negotiable boundaries eliminate indecision, reduce stress, and free mental space. Confidence flourishes when you live by your rules. You have a choice. Set the line. That's the key. Step 8. Track your no's. Each week, write down the times you said no and the impact it had. How did it protect your energy? How did it allow you to focus? How did it reinforce self-respect? Reflection reinforces behavior. Confidence compounds when you honor yourself. You have a choice. Track it. That's the key. Step 9. Combine no with disciplined yeses. Saying no isn't avoidance, it's a tool. It clears space for disciplined yeses to actions, habits, and goals that matter most. You are not refusing life. You are choosing life. You are directing your energy. You are growing. You have a choice. Align your no with purpose. That's the key. Step 10. Use repetition to internalize the power of no. Every time someone asks something that doesn't serve your vision, repeat in your mind, I have a choice. I choose my priorities. I am worthy of protecting my energy. I am confident in my boundaries. Repetition builds identity. Repetition builds self-trust. Repetition builds unshakable confidence. You have a choice. Repeat it. That's the key. Practical exercise. For the next week, identify 3 situations where you would normally say yes out of obligation or fear. Say no. No excuses, no over-explaining. Feel the discomfort. Note the effect on your energy, focus, and confidence. Review it. Internalize it. That is how boundaries build self-belief. You have a choice. Act now. That's the key. Finally, remember this. Your confidence is proportional to your ability to protect your energy. Boundaries are not optional. Saying no is a skill. Saying no is a form of self-respect. Saying no is a declaration that you value yourself above external approval. Stop overcommitting. Stop sacrificing your focus. Stop giving away your power. You have a choice. Protect yourself. That's the key. Chapter 9. Embrace rejection as data, not defeat. Listen carefully. Rejection is not failure. Rejection is information. Rejection is feedback. And yet most people treat it like a personal attack. They feel embarrassed. They feel defeated. They quit. Stop. Stop reacting emotionally. Stop shrinking. Rejection is a tool for growth. Rejection is fuel for confidence. That's the key. You have a choice. You can let rejection break you, or you can let it teach you. Step 1. Reframe rejection immediately. Every no is data, not a verdict on your worth. Did someone reject your idea, your request, your pitch? Good. That's information. Analyze it. Learn from it. Adjust. Improve. Repetition matters. Rejection is data. Rejection is growth. Rejection is feedback. Say it. Internalize it. You have a choice. Reframe it. That's the key. Step 2. Separate your self-worth from outcomes. People confuse rejection with inadequacy. That's a lie. You are not your results. You are not your failures. You are not the judgment of others. Confidence grows when you anchor identity internally, not externally. Your value is inherent. Your competence is built through action. Rejection is a stepping stone, not a verdict. You have a choice. Own your worth. That's the key. Step 3. Analyze what you can control. Rejection is rarely random, but it is often out of your full control. Focus on what you can influence: your preparation, your effort, your attitude. Ignore what's outside your influence. Learn, adjust, try again. That is disciplined action. That is building confidence. You have a choice. Control what you can. That's the key. Real-world example. Steve Jobs was rejected from multiple ventures early in his career. Investors said no. Companies declined him. Yet he didn't quit. He learned. He adapted. He acted again. Rejection fueled his innovation, his creativity, and his eventual mastery. Rejection was not defeat. Rejection was data. You have a choice. Learn from it. That's the key. Step 4. Practice desensitization to rejection. Small exposures build immunity. Ask for small favors. Pitch minor ideas. Speak your truth when it might be dismissed. Each no reduces fear. Each discomfort strengthens confidence. Fear of rejection shrinks when confronted regularly. You have a choice. Expose yourself. That's the key. Step 5. Track your lessons. Every rejection contains insight. Write it down. What went wrong? What can improve? What did you do well? Reflection turns rejection into actionable growth. Discipline converts data into mastery. Confidence grows as you apply the lessons consistently. You have a choice. Learn and apply. That's the key. Step 6. Shift the narrative internally. Every time rejection hits, replace negative self-talk with empowerment. This is data. This is feedback. I will adjust. I will improve. I will act again. Repetition rewires the mind. Repetition reinforces belief. Repetition turns rejection into a tool for unstoppable growth. You have a choice. Repeat it. That's the key. Step 7. Embrace rejection publicly. Share your failures openly. Speak about your setbacks. Normalize it. The more you embrace it without shame, the weaker its hold over your confidence. Courage grows. Momentum builds. Confidence is reinforced externally and internally. You have a choice. Embrace it. That's the key. Step 8. Create a rejection log. For the next month, record every rejection you face, from minor to major. Write down your response. Write down the lesson. Write down the next action. At the end of the month, review it. You'll notice growth. You'll notice resilience. You'll notice that rejection is fuel, not defeat. You have a choice. Track it. That's the key. Step 9. Act immediately after rejection. The people who succeed aren't the ones who avoid rejection. They are the ones who respond quickly. Take the lessons. Adjust. Try again. Don't pause to mourn. Don't pause to feel unworthy. Confidence is built in motion. Momentum compounds. You have a choice. Act fast. That's the key. Step 10. Internalize resilience. Rejection is inevitable. You will face it again and again and again. Confidence is your ability to rise, learn, and act despite it. Every time you convert rejection into data, you grow stronger. Every time you act after being told no, you reinforce self-belief. Repetition builds resilience. Resilience builds confidence. You have a choice. Rise, learn, act. That's the key. Practical exercise. For the next 2 weeks, actively seek feedback or take actions where rejection is possible. Record each rejection, analyze it, apply the lessons, take the next action immediately. Repeat. At the end of 2 weeks, notice how your fear of rejection diminishes. Notice how your confidence strengthens. You have a choice. Start now. That's the key. Finally, remember this: rejection does not define you. Action defines you. Data empowers you. Feedback fuels growth. Confidence is built by learning from every no and acting again. Every rejection is an opportunity. Every setback is information. You have a choice. Transform rejection into fuel. That's the key. Chapter 10. From Zero to Unstoppable Confidence. Listen closely. You've learned the principles. You've explored the foundations. You've faced fear, built small wins, mastered self-talk, learned to say no, and embraced rejection. Now it's time to connect it all and become unstoppable. Confidence is not a gift. It's not a trait. It is a discipline, a habit, a choice you make every day. That's the key. You have a choice. From zero, you can rise to unstoppable confidence. Step 1. Internalize all lessons. Review every chapter. Fear is a compass, not a cage. Small wins build momentum. Self-talk rewires belief. Action over approval. Routines anchor growth. Boundaries protect your energy. Rejection is data, not defeat. Every lesson compounds when applied consistently. You have a choice. Internalize it. That's the key. Step 2. Create a personal system. Combine routines, small wins, self-talk, boundaries, and exposure to fear into a daily framework. Morning ritual, micro-challenges, reflection, affirmations, daily learning, action in spite of fear. Each component reinforces the others. Momentum becomes unstoppable. Confidence becomes automatic. You have a choice. Build your system. That's the key. Step 3. Act relentlessly. Knowledge alone is useless. Planning alone is useless. Action creates belief. Action creates skill. Action creates proof. Every day, move in the direction of your growth, no matter how small the step. Momentum compounds, courage expands, confidence solidifies. You have a choice. Act today. That's the key. Step 4. Embrace repetition and discipline. You are not perfect. You will fail. You will face doubt. You will feel fear. Repetition is your shield. Discipline is your engine. Do it consistently. Do it relentlessly. Repetition turns action into identity. Identity turns into belief. Belief turns into unstoppable confidence. You have a choice. Repeat it daily. That's the key. Step 5. Measure progress internally, not externally. Stop looking for recognition. Stop waiting for approval. Your growth is measured in action, results, and lessons learned. Track wins privately. Reflect on challenges faced and conquered. Celebrate internally. Internal validation is stronger than applause. You have a choice. Measure what matters. That's the key. Step 6. Master fear and failure. Fear will never disappear. Failure will never stop happening, but your response will define your trajectory. Treat fear as a signal, failure as feedback. Act in spite of both. Each challenge faced strengthens belief. Each lesson applied compounds confidence. Momentum grows. You have a choice. Face it, learn from it, act anyway. That's the key. Step 7. Protect your energy fiercely. Boundaries are essential. Saying no is a superpower. Every time you protect your time, your focus, your values, you reinforce confidence. You stop leaking energy on distractions, judgment, and external expectations. You reserve power for what matters. You have a choice. Guard your energy. That's the key. Step 8. Reinforce belief with self-talk. Words are powerful. Repeat, I am capable. I am disciplined. I act with courage. I trust myself. I am enough. Repetition builds identity. Identity builds action. Action builds results. Results build unstoppable confidence. Speak it, believe it, live it. You have a choice. Repeat it daily. That's the key. Step 9. Compound all small wins. Every step you've taken, every micro-challenge, every boundary, every act through fear, every lesson from rejection compounds over time. Momentum grows silently but powerfully. One day you'll look back and realize fear no longer controls you. Doubt no longer paralyzes you. Confidence becomes a baseline state. You have a choice. Trust the process. That's the key. Step 10. Commit to a lifetime of growth. Confidence is not a finish line, it is a continuous journey. You will evolve, face new challenges, encounter fresh fear, and meet new rejection. But the principles remain. Act, repeat, reflect, protect, affirm, challenge yourself. Confidence becomes unstoppable when it is non-negotiable, disciplined, and chosen every day. You have a choice. Commit fully. That's the key. Practical exercise. Today, write down 5 actions that will build your confidence in the next 7 days. Include at least 1 action from fear, 1 self-talk affirmation, 1 small win, 1 boundary, and 1 challenge. Act on them immediately. Repeat daily. Track progress. Reflect. Adjust. Momentum compounds. Confidence becomes inevitable. You have a choice. Start now. That's the key. Finally, here is the truth you must remember. Confidence is not granted. Confidence is earned. Confidence is built through deliberate action, disciplined repetition, and fearless commitment to growth. You've gone from zero to understanding the mechanics, the mindset, and the habits. Now it's time to execute. No excuses, no waiting, no permission needed. You are ready. You are capable. You are unstoppable. Your challenge: take 1 bold action today that scares you, 1 action that stretches your limits, affirms your value, and builds momentum. Repeat tomorrow. Repeat the next day. Build unstoppable confidence until it is your baseline state. You have a choice. You are in control. That's the key. Now you know the truth. Confidence is not magic. It is built, step by step, brick by brick, day by day. Stop waiting. Stop seeking permission. Stop listening to your doubts. Face your fears. Win your small victories. Master your self-talk. Embrace rejection and live boldly every single day. Confidence is not for the lucky. It is for the relentless, the doers, the ones who refuse to hide. So here is my challenge to you. Today, take 1 action that scares you, 1 step that stretches you, 1 moment that proves to yourself you are unstoppable. Do it now. Build yourself from scratch and never ever settle for less than the confident life you deserve.